In your hand, the cover, the tagline, needless to say, it...
Are you really reading that, detective? Good luck.
The point is, the story of Spillane, an extremely unprofessional and 2 days later, desperate to clear his name, Mullen...
What's the matter?
The lieutenant, they're not Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole... And not just secrets are the currency. Your secrets are unknown, even unto you. So does that make you a rich... In your hand, the story opens. Spillane, an extremely unprofessional... 2 days late, desperate to clear his name.
What's the matter?
The lieutenant, they're not shitting you, detective. Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole... And not just any... She's any... Are you sure about that? Something... Deneuve reveals, not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, shelves filled to the...
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
In your hand, the cover, the tagline, needless to say.
Are you really reading? Good luck.
The point is, the story of Spillane, and extremely 2 days late, desperate to clear his name.
What's the matter?
The lieutenant, they're not shit. Of course, Mullen did, and not just any day. She's any man's kind. Are you sure about that? Something about her gives you a bad... Deneuve reveals, not only is the local police captain, outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist. He would certainly have the motive. A typical... The kid doesn't exactly... Torvald, That said, Torvald, one evening... Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer. As the two lovers, I love you. Always aim for the... Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out. Who can you trust? The lieutenant, when Mullen comes to... Mullen fleeing a crime scene. Dick Mullen won't... The heat is on. Can you solve the case before the cops close in? What is it, detective? It's a dangerous lineup. There was never... Dick Mullen, you're no tiger though. For a moment, you won't find the answers you're looking for here. In other words... Is it really so evil, detective? Like what? Do you even have those? Just make sure you don't lose him. You'll not find another like him. It's true in more ways than you know. But then, what does this book know? It's just a poorly made piece of pulp garbage made to be consumed and discarded. So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve? Could be. You begin furious. You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough. They're gone. Dozens of pages scatter across the ground.
Ah, perhaps.
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of... A small mountain of colorful boards.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rings.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks.
It is a bestseller for a... Oh yes, certainly. Another good sale.
Hello. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Wonderful choice, sir.
Shelves filled.
Of course.
Large letters on the front form a title. Wirral. The colorful box is illustrated with bucolic text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel adds, a blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind Isolas and nations with their petty. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threat. Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment. In no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with... You pry open the box. Inside, you find a folded up, a reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small... It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen. A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance. The Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies. The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known for being powerful and driven fight. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races. High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art. The Tweog also come in a few different sub-races. Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog. They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats. A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people. The least popular of the Wirral races, the Pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their... It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar... You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side. You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided...
Interesting. A communard. It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process. Good luck finding people who'd want to play as communard.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back. A colorful box with a title. In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in the cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle. What treasures wait? Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of the plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance. There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the... Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel. The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. The instructions are opaque at first, and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, you soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points. There is no path to wealth and renown but through the suzerain. As one of the suzerain's trusted, that's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassals. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners. Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy. The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute. You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before. In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several from the Empire of Safre, orange apricot tokens, from Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens, from the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens, and from Supramuindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, those are nice.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out. Soon.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
You hold the open game. The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he...
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
Hardcore aesthetic. Oh yes, drugs. We're talking about drugs. Let's face it, these flirtations with the hardcore aesthetic have all been leading up to one question. Can I do drugs harder now that I'm a hard cop? And the answer is yes. You can. You can do one more blast of Pyrrolidon and yellow shit powder. You can even pull a ciggy and a lager on top of that. There, you've truly made the hardcore your own thing now. The display rack is a small mountain of colorful board games.
Hello again, esteemed officer. Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits? Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell.
Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. Discount my wares? I can see, sir, that you don't value. Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of doom. They can sense the desperation, you know. Oh, there are numerous...
Doesn't seem like the...
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. My voice is trained to perfection by true sales professionals, good sir. Too much money, even. Perhaps I should have bought some wards instead. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress.
Didn't that curtain just move?
But officer, there's nothing natural about entire companies declaring bankruptcy. I'm talking about cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar. She nudges her glasses, anxious and tense.
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words. The woman looks... Hey, her Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember? You have the revolutionary soldier figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back. Don't be so pessimistic. This isn't funny. You have a bad feeling about this one. So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. The mother of humanism stands above you. Why? That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant something else? I don't know. What are we thinking of? Part of your mind has gone on to other only a strange little sadness. The mother of humanism towers above you. Why? That does seem to be the mother of human.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally all
He furrowed.
hard. Is it though? What is it?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet. So
I am the mic and force. Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye.
Yes, what is it? The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks.
Yo, man. What's on dead body? Spirit entered. What is there to talk of? The mass murderer? Why? Okay. Sure.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
O pasaro de hint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Excuse me?
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase,
What do you mean? All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then, what do you think? The competition came and took everything away. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind. It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeurs, else they might get unhappy. Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to come. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person.
Hear that? Set justice on its feet. Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Everard.
Yeah. Have you seen Everard?
Goodbye.
Hey man, it's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the shape.
Oh hey man, it's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the... You close your eyes and...
But just imagine the moves you could pull.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. It will make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is so unprofessional of you. Think you can ignore this? Your moral compass to...
You've passed up your chance to start using speed for now, but don't worry. The option to use it becomes available again in 1 hour.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me. See? That's your problem. It will make you into more than... It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. You raise the bottle, close a nostril, and inhale furiously. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity. Your little heart pounding like a bird in a... You could work with this high. Like, literally work. Solve the case. File some papers. Maybe clean up your hostel room. Then whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. To this, you kidding? There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills.
Hey man, it's good to see you.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music. You know, a host. Yes? Goodbye.
Hey man, it's good to see you.
You close your eyes and...
Hey man, it's good to see you.
You close your eyes and vacate your skull, leaving your brain to wonder. Where did...
Total darkness. You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep. Vertebrate by vertebrate. through the unformed skulls of your mind. Here it will begin. Who fucking cares? God? Where is your God? Who fucking cares? No. Orgasmic. Oh, don't worry. The music. Nothing. Just the
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up and replace the old one. Like shark teeth. To rule the world. In the spinal cord.
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
To rule in the spinal cord.
From what I can see, it's about to
roll in the spinal cord.
Good. Because from what I...
Foolhardy, do you even know what's happening on the surface? With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. You have become a triumph of rhythmoplastics, somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol. As you open your eyes, you should scream, hyper, hyper. You have become a flawless interlocking mechanism, a flesh and bone approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called eggheads, entirely, rigidly imbecilic, without pity or fear. Free from self-awareness, no deliberation, only, and I mean only, execution.
Oh my god! No way!
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man observes your moves for a second. He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm.
What's going on here? Delinquents.
The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. The light reflects off his glasses. He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality before him.
What's happening? Good for you. Rock on, then. What?
Who's the one in charge? You are.
Are you kidding me? What? Get a what?
Sheesh, okay.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork, plus some... Is that Ubi folk dancing?
Nah, it's not Ubi folk. It's hardcore.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah? I I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate. Now, check this shit out.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack and the pillars to collapse, bringing the church roof down on all of you. Doesn't look like he'd give a shit either. The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion. The authority of the law is clearly unquestionable. The young woman lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at you expectantly.
Asil? Aren't you going to dance?
No, recording.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance. She's still at her mainframe, pressing buttons, reading printouts, but she started nodding her head along to the music. The dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering on the extreme. You're going off the charts. You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive will be a point of no return. It feels almost melancholy. Are you
Here we go again! Hardcore fills the air! The sound above my head!
What now? The sound above your what?
Above my hair, man!
Okay, this is too imbecile. Excuse me.
On the coast of the Martinez Inlet, in a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center, an officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone has ever danced.
I am La Rebachelière. I am the city. I am a fragment of the world spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol. My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms. Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat. I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck. I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jante in Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul. You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes rolled back and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to.
Had a good rest there?
Fuck yeah! I bet you did. Those were some advanced moves, man.
That's all great, but we should really get going. We spent enough time doing aerobic exercise for today.
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
Man! Man! Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people. End of human development. Mission complete. All right!
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it? The Swallow, you mean? Great, thanks.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Hardcop.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent. All calm.
He furrowed.
Is it though? But is it?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
Under the radar. Over the top. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All-car.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah!
The question is, what is the question? But there was no question. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent.
All-car.
He furrowed.
Hard. The question is, but there was a question? True. Hard. Internally
He
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music in it. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary line in it.
Oh no. We're going to be in this church.
Don't worry. I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on. This is a 4.5. We're all good, Pete.
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set.
Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right. Yeah! Back on the case. No disgrace. Bring it down to party place. The first page of the second chapter.
Could it be? Maybe for him. You only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
The young man looks at you reverently. His friend drops his loitering act and turns toward you two. If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Wow! Culture cop!
For a moment, you almost think he's going to put his hand down.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason. The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer, the hardcore.
I know! So does mine! No! This is the answer! Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah! Lungs are for love! Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This, no nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the...
Yeah! With the rebel yell! Oh, sure! I can do that!
Please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Aye!
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things.
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking Revachol imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that, and a...
It's time to compromise! Incremental change! I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic. But it'll have to do for now.
Dark-Horde Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
All right! Here comes the knife!
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a...
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just...
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically, his hand moves to the gun holster. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You disengaged.
No wind outside, no waves. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. It will devour everything. The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on? It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation.
The beauty and the beat! The...
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window.
Come down to earth!
Below it, all the base grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. A great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it. Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop. This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down. And then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Sully's...
Yeah, but did you record it, though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again. Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway. It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the...
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulispov. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you, you know. The person you were knows. A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, tangled in its branches, something bronze flutters in the wind. He stands on stage, behind a table, nodding along to the music, and the other real deck is empty. Cables run.
Yeah! It was awesome! Too hardcore, in fact! I couldn't... It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only... Yeah! Oh! I don't know! Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the... Yeah!
Even dancing to this beat before, you knew it in your lungs where the pressure wasn't bursting, and in your heart was alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should have landed. So does every...
What? Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about hypnotic music. I'm just...
He feels ashamed. He can't be of more service to the future of dance music. The young man falls silent with appreciation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the...
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal.
Oh, I know!
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the...
I knew that!
And the mosaic side...
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic.
Maybe you should dance again, huh? That would be mega! It was mega the way you did that!
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Yes, what is it? Yes, what is it?
You don't have to. You already have. These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind the kitchen table, drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend.
What? But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
She looks up into the darkness under the nave, then back at you.
Then what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing. No.
Then the Pale is... But the milk, it clearly hasn't started curdling yet. We're here, and the Pale is not. I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in point. According to this, how long... And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or...
An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM
knows how to think this.
Of course! A pine wood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers. I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of Revachol settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but...
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
You think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the...
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building, with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. You mean Plaisance and the Dice Maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up. Then go tell them.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest? Some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team.
Ma'am, you will certainly sound mad.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Yeah!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropomedic detection to perform in this district.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now it makes sense, with the Pale right on the doorstep.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police radio all the time.
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through Pale, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear snippets of someone else's conversation, or the voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago. Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything, anytime.
Harcourt.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, it curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? All right. You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. You know, since tape spinning isn't really our day job, solving murder investigations is.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape. Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, "The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain endures the wintry gusts with..." The fan stands still. The lights are off again. The switch must be broken because nothing happened. The bed is still... A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore.
Hello, hello. Let me... You mean Reese Foley? Yeah, I do, but... But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for True Passion Project.
a deal! Yeah! Medium car! Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper.
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam?
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just...
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something mysterious is going on here.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
Oh! But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime. What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking...
She remembers. Good.
What?
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that? You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave. Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach? I'm listening. Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality?
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this? So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's...
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
A curse is something superstitious, but a 2mm hole in reality? We all know what it means. In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice. A friendly cartoon. The paper still... A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a couple.
Seems like no. It means there are...
He likes this fight.
Kuno care? The fuck do you want? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? You're Get lost, Kuno do
Mr. Dubois, every worker... To hell with it. Every worker is white. Now, Fanny... That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some hypnotic music in there. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it.
Found God knows where? That a cell is the daughter of Miko the kebab. A man who once killed a guy with a kebab. I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you? Maybe it was Bogovir. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcoholic lager. Nightclubs don't interest me. But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car! That's a deal! Yeah! Medium! That's a deal! Yeah! Medium!
Psst.
That's a deal! Yeah!
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but
that's a deal! Yeah!
sidechain the beat. Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing, either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Sidechaining it, you said?
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead Cop, man? Did you break him?
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
Introducing the ultimate sound!
God damn it! This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered. Who will be the innocence of hardcore anodic dance music?
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance!
Goodbye. Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Hardcock. Come on, I can tell. But, okay. What is it? Oh, really? Wow, social justice really matters that much to you. That's commendable. It really had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though? Yeah, man, they're pretty bad.
3.6 billion, not counting those in sale.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Are you sure you're not just hung up on some chick, though?
Perhaps.
Okay. Why'd you think that? Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Don't you think? Okay. What else? There you have it then. Chick trouble. Not political after all. Really? You seem pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her? Eyes? Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you? How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory? Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory. Yeah. Or it might just be some psych bullshit. You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich. Yeah, I'm sorry. Might be for the best to keep that
Yes, but it itches really, really.
Yes, what is it?
The mother of humanism. Why? That does seem to be a problem. I don't know. Only a strange... The mother of humanism.
Tequila Sunset. Not that I can think of. That might be the case, yes.
The suzerainty box is heavy and slightly awkward in your hand. The suzerainty box is heavy and slightly... What is detective work if not an elaborate game? You need logical inference.
I do feel like my thinking has become somewhat rigid.
See? He's doing the hard work himself. All he needed was a little nudge.
Alright, you've convinced me. How do we play?
You explain the basic setup procedures to the lieutenant, who seems to be a quick study. In the center is the crown of Revachon. Radiating outward are her colorful vessels, apricots from Safre. Archaeological. There's also a neat little log to keep track of your progress, in case you need to put the game away and return to it later. The lieutenant goes first. He draws a contract card and moves several of his...
Alright, detective.
You have a few options available to you. Will you try to fulfill contracts right away, or rearrange your workers to maximize production on future turns? Remember what the rulebook said. You will want to choose a strategy early on and stay committed to it. You draw a contract card. You place all your workers on the Ilmarat territory. On your next turn...
Not bad, detective.
But not good enough. The lieutenant seems to be... As he completes his own contract card, the lieutenant is rewarded.
That's a market. It's worth 2 victory points.
The lieutenant returns your baleful look with a satisfied... Come on. Is that your game face? You're practically broadcasting your position. Glancing over the board, you see several possible strategies. Pressing more workers into service would increase your economic output and help you to survive a possible conflict with the lieutenant. Or what do? Who cares about workers or territories when the real action is in Revachon? After several turns, you have a neat pile of cardboard coins and several units of archaeological treasure. You place a cylindrical piece of wood on the Revachol section in the middle.
Well played, detective.
Now it's the lieutenant's turn to respond. He moves aggressively onto the... For several turns, you struggle to respond to the lieutenant's burgeoning apricot empire. Eventually, you relocate the majority of your workers to Supremawin. You draw a new contract card. According to the text, there's an aristocrat willing to trade a large supply of cocaine for a number of coins and access to a rare bone. You've reached a critical strategic juncture. It takes several turns, but you slowly begin accumulating the cocaine necessary to complete the contract. When you do, it practically rains cardboard coins on your side. Despite your trash talking, the end game is upon you. How will you spend the Flipping through the manual, you find the most expensive structure in the game, the Revacholian Victory Column. Alternatively, you could try launching a trade war to crush the lieutenant's economy, or you could blow all that money on a public education. The choice is yours. Using the substantial coins and resources you've accumulated from diligently with a triumphant flourish, you remove a rectangular token from one of the satchels. and place it next to your museum cylinder in the...
They're nice tokens, yes. Very impressive. Now, let's tally up the scores.
Computing the final scores is almost a game unto itself. You each spend an inordinate amount of time making stats. After double, then triple checking your maths. 35 victory points.
I've got 26 points. Looks like you won convincingly. Well played, detective. Now let's clean up and get back to work.
You hold the open game box before you. Arno van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away. And then it ended up in the Hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. This found the smell of cigarettes. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been... Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the...
Bonne prise.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 880. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant... There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the massive brown and red roofs that to Couronne, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub... No storm will ever drown Revachol. The great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital. The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock, by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the...
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind. The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta, it's a dark parody. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before. These are movie posters. One of them, there's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of the remnants of it. The actress is draped. The actresses and the rear actor. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's an issue. It looks like these four...
The Ulan frequencies...
Pull out toolbox, slice back, and close.
Hi, Ace Detective.
It's dark, and the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Right.
Some areas...
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that's a good question. Reality is ruthless. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see. Because this is no ordinary wall. It is sublime. Look at it. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God. O Wallfather. Huh? He sounds tired of it all. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
Mm-hmm. Sure. If you must.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in.
You okay there? Might be the after effects of your past escapades. What are you looking at? Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the Revolution. Plenty.
The aging alcoholic is still there.
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock. A groan rises from the man's throat.
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes.
No, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Not a pretty sight. Look, he's trying to communicate. What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side. We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably. plaster cast bust.
The White Star, the photos on the wall, whoever, there aren't many communists around. Not after the there aren't many communists around. Not after, he was deaf, there aren't many communists around.
You hear a poor...
Do you have...
Let's go.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs.
Some lunatic lost his mind.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
People come and go.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. Great. Young people. They're... Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. The symbol of what and how?
The cleaning lady shrugs and returns to sweeping.
I don't want to talk about Deweeters. Addicts. All of them. And sometimes they don't like me cleaning behind their door.
So she doesn't. Not after that one time. It didn't get physical. She heard something.
We saw unpaid utility bills.
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out. I don't like talking about those people.
She mumbles some kind. What happened here? Put your emotions aside. Try to focus on abstract, impersonal things. But this reeks of sadness. It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains. Indeed. You hear someone walking around and...
Excuse me?
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on!
That was smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys. Her voice is really cheerful.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a non...
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close a hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone.
The sum must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million reals. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. And if, well, it does not disappear from my hands. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
A sudden serious look crosses her face.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there a... Of course.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to...
What for? What do you think I'm trying to paint here? Well, if it's for art... But what kind of art are we talking about? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off. Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
They do.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to...
They do.
Hello again, officers. Have you come?
They do.
Hello again, officers. Have you come?
You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, the idea's going to blow her fucking mind. She squints her eyes.
On fire.
I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
Didn't we all? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. Then get your brush from fucking art.
Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try...
Ooh, police brutality. That's the good.
Have you got any kids? Because you sound like...
But fine, take the brush. I'm all out of fuel oil anyway.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy... The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation?
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes, well.
Your statements are too vague to comment on. The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet. There is a hollow ring as you kick. Your toe has suffered damage.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box. I don't.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
And...
When confronted with the demise of his entire race, the bourgeois alcoholic degenerate focuses on...
That's just tactless, Jean.
You could have used this opportunity to overcome your narrow, Al-Ghul ravaged identity. Take solace from the fact that these thoughts will never entirely leave your brain. They will...
Damn, Jean. How are you so romantic?
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to... Yes.
The unpromising and... fascinating. The Revacholian degenerate shows signs of racial self-reflection. How did you accomplish this little feat? So it would seem, Thrall of Rule. On one hand, this pathetic self-therapy has little to do with the great mystery of living organisms. And, of course, you will not be able to free yourself from the yoke of Rule.
Your willpower fires up, directing you to speak.
If the Revacholian degenerate is capable of critical thought, he may prove a raise.
Jean, baby, you did the heroic thing.
That is not possible. The game of Shahmat you play against the rule streaks is unwinnable. Today...
No.
You will not.
It's super hard, Jean. My mom couldn't do it either.
Let's go, officer. Let's go do some work.